Right now on Uniquely American, we take a look at American sports and how our very own high school has taken part. American football and basketball are both concepts that originated right here in the U.S., and along with these sports comes a variety of uniquely American traditions and experiences. People are now more eager than ever to take part in these activities, especially after missing out last year due to COVID-19. Coming up, you'll get a look at Homestead's own football experience and how high schoolers today are taking part. Football definitely isn't the same without its fans. Learn about Homestead's enthusiastic student section and the group's efforts to get together and show support for our athletes. Tailgating has been bringing together fans before games for decades. See how Homestead took part in this classic tradition this year. Homestead's media team works hard to film and stream every home football and basketball game. Get a glimpse into how these high school students are able to create award-winning live stream productions. Construction is ongoing at Homestead High School. Take a look at the plans for the new and improved gymnasium and athletic facilities. And we take a look into the behind the scenes of Homestead basketball and their chance to go to the Hall of Fame Classic Tournament. All of this coming up on Uniquely American. Every student wants to have that classic high school experience. A main component of this is getting to attend the football games that are held almost every week at the beginning of the school year. As soon as the season starts up in the fall, this event is an attraction at Homestead that you can't miss. Hundreds of smiling faces light up the stands at Homestead High School as students from all grade levels get together to cheer on their home team. Football players are on the field, and cheerleaders face the stands, bringing in positive spirits to the stadium. High school football is a huge event with so many different people playing their own part.
In terms of going to games, it's open to anybody, and we always encourage all grade levels to come. Football is kind of like our modern gladiator. It's fast, it's intense. I think it has become an extension of the high school experience because it's something social to do with friends. Fall weather is really nice, and again, it's something to do on a fall evening on a Friday night.
Whether you're involved with the sport itself or whether you are participating in the student section or part of the band or whatever might be playing at those events, I think that all enhances the whole education experience.
Little did we know that all of this was about to change. Activities were missed during the heat of the COVID-19 pandemic, and this left our stadium stands silent.
You played basically in front of an empty set of stands, and so it lacked a little bit of the intensity, I think, that we experience when there's fans cheering us on or against us one way or the other, so I think that was all part of it.
We really missed having fans in the stands. We know that administrators have to work during those times maybe a little bit more than we did last year when there were no fans, but it's really fun to see good crowds at a lot of our games.
After everything we missed out on last year, we can be even more grateful to have these social events back on the calendar.
The experience from the football perspective was great. The student section was huge again, and to see that kind of participation, it was a lot of fun. Really,
the social aspect is what I think brings a lot of people there. It's watching your classmates and watching your friends perform on the big stage, per se, under the lights.
Home football games are one of the most well-attended events at the school, and students have so many different aspects to look forward to. During a regular Friday night game, you may be grabbing a steaming hot pretzel from the concession stand, or even watching the band perform at halftime. But homecoming is an event that happens once a year, drawing in large crowds of all ages.
A homecoming experience should be for others, past students, graduates, former players, to come back and enjoy being together again and watching a game together. I think that's the idea.
Obviously, we've missed out on our dance the last couple years, so that was a part of the homecoming experience that we've missed, but I'm hoping to get that back in years to come.
Since missing out on many activities last year due to COVID, Homestead is grateful to have one of its most highly attended events back to normal this year. It's time we bring this part of the high school experience back to Homestead football. Along with all these other traditions, one aspect of football that gets a lot of attention at home games is the student section. Nada DeHook brings you a story about the impact they bring to people on and off the field.
Throughout the years, Homestead has gained a reputation for having one of the largest student sections in the state. Due to COVID, schools put a limit on who could attend the games, making the student section smaller than normal. But this year, the gates to the football field were open again for all to attend. Whether that's cheering on their own school or distracting the opposing team, the student section plays an essential role in football. Hearing the crowds cheer them on motivates all the players on the field to push for a win every game.
Student section is a group of Homestead students that go out every Friday night and bring a whole lot of energy, hype up the team, hype up others in the crowd.
But these groups of students in the stands are more than just regular fans of the popular sport. The student section participates in a variety of activities as well, whether that includes painters, raising money for a cause during the game, doing push-ups after a touchdown, or screaming chants to bring up the spirits in the stands. Their energy is needed in every football game. Every week there's a theme for the game, whether that be blackout, camo, Hawaiian night, and more.
Themes are normally used to unite our student section, I should say. We normally have a Red for Riley night, which is in support of the Riley Dance Marathon. Carol games will always do a blackout theme that kind of clashes with Carol's neon theme.
Another part of the student section that has become popular over the past few years are the hype videos for each game. A group of student section leaders promote the theme for the game that week, while also encouraging students to come out and support the team. Overall, one of the main reasons why American football has become so popular comes from the excitement and spirit of the student section. Reporting for Uniquely American, I'm Nada DeHook.
Thank you, Nada. It is clear that Homestead's student section is much more than just an audience. And now KARLIE Flanagan joins us in the studio to give us a look at Homestead's take on tailgating this year. KARLIE.
Thanks, Jenna. And tailgating is a widely known American tradition for football games. The history of tailgating dates all the way back to the start of the Civil War. In 1861, civilians gathered in Washington, D.C. to watch the first battle of the Bull Run and cheer on their team, the Union or the Confederates. Years later, after tailgating became more common, it became the star of the show at the very first football game. The game was Rutgers University versus Princeton University. Since then, tailgating has made a name for itself, becoming a popular trend in the fall before any football game. Homestead took part in this tradition in August when they hosted the Tailgate and Tour event. With last year marking the 50-year anniversary of Homestead and the construction progress being set in motion, a tailgate was a necessary event to host.
It was to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Homestead High School and to kick off the first football game of the season. And so we thought, what better way to reconnect all the alumni than through a football tailgate. So we invited everyone over before kickoff. We had hot dogs and burgers, chips and drinks, and we allowed them to come and enjoy a meal and meet up with their friends. And if they had time and interest, they could come in the building and get a tour with our student ambassadors.
Part of the football tradition is tailgating, so students could hang out before the game, enjoy some music and food and drinks, and then head into the game and cheer on the Spartans.
At the event, Homestead's very first football team from 1970 was represented, and the whole school honored all alumni. Student ambassadors of Homestead played a huge role in setting up, proving that students from all classes love to support Homestead and bring everyone together.
This isn't a traditional event. It was something special that we wanted to host to recognize our alumni. The students had a really crucial part to all of this. They were the ones that led the tours, and so they led the alumni through the hallways. They pointed out what things used to be, where the old study hall room used to be, or where the senior hallway used to be. Our student ambassadors were also hosts at the tailgate. They helped serve, they helped clean up, they helped greet, and so they were the ones that made the event kind of come to life.
The event was a clear success and a great way to honor the past players. Tailgating remains prevalent in football history, and since Tailgate and Tour, many families have begun small tailgates in the football parking lots to bring the community together and get excited for the games. Jenna?
Thank you, KARLIE, and it's very exciting to see how even high school football has been attracting fans to tailgate before the big event. Especially with COVID-19 canceling in-person activities last year, getting a live broadcast of our sports teams became vital. Nisha Lalria is in now to give you a behind-the-scenes look at Homestead Live and how they provide great coverage that you can watch from anywhere.
All of Homestead High School's varsity sports events are broadcasted live on YouTube. With modern technology, the standard of live sports broadcasting is becoming the new norm for many high schools around the state. Homestead Live, a subgroup of Homestead Media, is a group of highly talented individuals who spend all their time after school preparing for the next live sports event.
I'm the color commentator for the girls' basketball games, and then I also do the boys' home games, and that means I just analyze the game as it's going on and help out Anthony, who's my play-by-play, when he's not talking.
For Homestead Live, I do a lot of announcing. I was the color broadcaster during the football season, and I am the play-by-play broadcaster for girls' basketball. I also help out with main cam, but the main stuff I do is sports announcing.
Despite offering students a unique perspective on attending sporting events, this experience offers future broadcasters the opportunity to test the waters the world of sports broadcasting has to offer.
I think that this has definitely led to me seeing myself in the future doing stuff with sports broadcasting, and as of now, that's what I want to do in college, so that's what I want to pursue, and this program really just provides a great opportunity to pursue that path.
I think this program has definitely showed me a lot of the things that you can do in relation to sports media, and that's what I plan on majoring in going into college. I just have a lot of fun with it, and because of Homestead and the program as a whole, I really feel like I've got an opportunity to get exposure at such a young age.
The live streaming of sporting events has brought a new perspective to the way we view high school sports. It adds another layer of professionalism, and it also grants others the experience to watch games they may not have had the chance to watch in the past. Especially while we are still in the era of COVID-19, Homestead Live is giving people around the state the chance to watch some of the best teams in action. For Uniquely American, I'm Nisha Lalria.
Homestead Live would not be possible without our stadium and gymnasiums. Cora Shaw got a chance to talk to the Saks building representative to learn more about the construction progress on our athletic facilities.
A huge aspect of American sports is high school football and basketball. But in order to bring their A game, every team needs a stadium to use. Over the next few years, Homestead is undergoing major construction, including the addition of brand new spaces for the sports teams to use. One of the most exciting sports-related additions to the new building will be a brand new competition gymnasium. The new gymnasium will be a one-tier surround-type setting that will hold up to 3,000 spectators and students. Between home games and competitions, the space can be converted into 3 full-size practice floors. In the grand scheme of the 5-phase Homestead construction project, the basketball arena is grouped into Phase 2.
The timeline for the whole project and for everything to be complete, so through phases 5, would be the summer of 2024. So we're 2.5 years from that at this point in time. The new gymnasium and the auditorium are in phase 2. So the gymnasium part of it is still scheduled to be done this summer, so it'll be ready for the next school year, for the 2022-23 school year.
Although we are not getting a brand new football stadium with the new building, construction on the new outdoor sports building is underway. This building will accommodate Homestead athletic participants by providing a designated space for locker rooms, team meeting spaces, and coaches' offices during the season. Because of this added building, outdoor sports participants won't even have to step foot in the main school building. The wait for the construction project will be worth it when future Spartans are able to fully take in the American high school sports experience in the brand new facilities. For Uniquely American, I'm Cora Shaw.
Our current indoor athletic spaces are reflective of a time when student enrollment was much smaller than it is today. These facilities are full of rich Homestead history and will continue to foster growth and success as they are updated into new state-of-the-art versions. This past winter break, Homestead participated in the Hall of Fame Classic Tournament for boys basketball. Caleb Wood is in now to bring you more details about their performance at the event this year.
This year, the Homestead basketball team was selected to compete at the prestigious Hall of Fame Classic Tournament. This 4-team tournament is meant to highlight some of the best talent in the state of Indiana and show what Indiana basketball is all about.
It's been a dream of mine to be a part of that. I've been in, coaching for 30-some years, a head coach at 28 years, and then 5 years as an assistant. Never was able to be a part of, this event. We had our opportunity this year to be a part of it, and I'm, again, proud to be a part of that prestigious event.
It's something not many people get to do. Obviously, it's a really cool field house, and it's a really cool experience not many people get to do, so we're not going to take it for granted. But playing in a big gym like that, that's a high school gym, is something different, but it's a really cool thing we got to be a part of.
For 44 years, this annual tournament has taken place at Newcastle Fieldhouse, which is the biggest high school gym in the world. And with over 9,000 seats, the arena shows just how much basketball lies in the culture of its surrounding community.
One of the largest gyms, not only in the state of Indiana, but in the United States. Newcastle and that gym is the mecca of high school basketball sports.
Being able to play in it was pretty cool, but as soon as you step foot in that field house, you feel just a different buzz to you. It's really big, obviously, but just how spread out it is and how many people could fit in there is really cool.
Homestead faced off against a tough matchup in the morning against Cathedral. They ended up falling short of the Fighting Irish, but they played Connorsville later in the evening and won by 29 points.
We knew going in it'd be a tough matchup against us against Cathedral, but we knew in between games. We actually went to the Hall of Fame, got to see some cool things there, but we just knew we'd have to come out and come ready to play to get the second win, coming third, but we did what we had to do.
Since 1990, 16 teams that participated in the Hall of Fame event went on to win the state championship, and Homestead has high aspirations for the remainder of the season. For Uniquely American, I'm Caleb Wood.
As we wrap things up, you can see that football and basketball have been highly influential to Homestead students, and these benefits are even more recognizable at the national level. American sports are such a large part of our country, providing entertainment year after year. That is why we are so thankful to have them back again this year. After all, it's about time we honor our sports that are uniquely American. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jenna Lane.